I have the privilege of speaking to our members about their deals, and this month's deals are great. So we'll start with Jason Little. Come on, Jason. Now, the cool thing about CFRI is that folks get together and mastermind and network together, and this is the first deal I've had the privilege of hearing about where four guys get to, well, I didn't know about the, like, where did you come from? So Jason will speak up, and then we'll do the deal at the end. So let's go for it. Clicker. Sandra. Okay, she's going to do it. Sandra is now controlling the clicker. Cool.
Okay.
Great.
All right. As you said, my name is Jason Little, and we put together a little joint venture with Doug Massio and Dennis and Liz here. We also had another partner on the deal, so we all pulled some cash together. But as you can see, there was 4 members. We each contributed $200 apiece. We marketed leads by mailing out letters, and our exit strategy was strictly short-term holds only. We didn't really want to do anything for the long term. We like each other, just not that much. So the next slide. We found the mailing list to send the letters based on the Orange County property appraisers. We searched for out-of-state owners with free and clear single-family properties. Now, the list we used was actually about a year old. The approximate number of returns we got was well over 3,000, and we actually got a hit on one. So what we did with the letters is we professionally printed copies of handwritten letters without any names. And then what we do is we had a group of people actually handwrite the names using the same ink so that it looked like these all the letters were custom written, each and every one of them. So they charged us about 25 cents each to write the name and then stuff the envelope and then address the envelope. And we had approximately mailed about 1,000 letters when we got our first hit. And Sandra could advance. All right, so for the leads, when we did get returns on them, what we did is we used Pat Live, and basically it's a pay-per-call answering service. So they answer the calls from the letters, and we gave them a script, and if the caller met the criteria, they forwarded on the lead to us. So the particular lead we got on this deal was received by a brother and sister living in Kentucky who inherited their father's house before he had passed away. So they were out of state and they owned a house. So they didn't want the house because the taxes were coming due, so they didn't want it that bill. So this is the property. It's here in Orlando, and nice little 3-2 with a garage, dated kitchen, but nothing too bad. Here's a regular bathroom and master bath. When we got possession of the house, it was filled with stuff. So I mean, everything from couches to clothes to furniture. As you can see, 3-2, 2-car garage, built in 1980. Approximate ARV was about 155. We had another comp in the area that was well over 200, but couldn't really use it. Just south of the executive airport on a cul-de-sac, so it was a nice community, nice little street. As you can see, we filled with belongings. The siblings only wanted some family photos and a grandfather clock out of the house. Everything else, they were good with letting it go. Yeah. All right, so we drafted a purchase agreement for $90,000.
Which was their asking price.
Right, which was the asking price. So our attorney sent a letter to their attorney because they already had an attorney because they got it through probate. They returned it signed with the keys. So we found a company using the CFRI HeadSmart Yahoo group who basically will come in and clean out a house completely for free, with the only caveat being they get to keep whatever they clear out so they can make their money on it. So it was free for us. We were happy with that. So we marketed it using 40 bandit signs right in general vicinity. The second visitor to the house actually signed the agreement for 119. So we closed with Southeast Professional Title, so big thanks to those guys. And we completed assignment of contract right at closing, right at the closing table. So the speed bumps we hit during the whole process is the buyer had an inspection done, and they found polybutylene piping. Now, if you're not familiar with it, insurance companies will not insure houses with polybutylene piping. So we had to get quotes on a complete repipe. Their quote came back at $3,800, so we sent out one of our guys, who was also found through CFRI HeadSmart, and he quoted $1,900. So they went with the $1,900, of course. Some of the closing documents forms were sent to the sellers in Kentucky. They weren't notarized properly, which delayed the distribution of funds by about a week. So all in all, not a bad deal. So you can see the purchase price at $90. The assignment of contract fee we took down was $29. The sale price of $119. We had a closing cost contribution, part of the negotiations. We agreed to pay $500. Miscellaneous costs for the whole process, about $1,665. So we netted $26,835 between the four of us. So that puts it at $6,708 each, and total time about 44 days. So if you want to run some numbers, return on investment. So you see the 6708 minus the 200 divided by the 200, and the total ROI is 3,200% ROI. So deal of the month material.
Excellent, thank you. So here's my question for you guys is, how did you guys end up getting together, working together? Where did you meet, and how did you build that relationship?
Well, we're all in the Orange County group, and we have been doing this about 18 years, putting groups together like this. This just happened that I was in this particular one, and these guys were so hot to go after some deals, so we really went after it. And about after our 500th letter, actually, these people responded, and then we just jumped on them, and Dennis and I and
And by the
Jason
way, everybody,
cleaned
Doug,
up.
this is Doug Massios, the leader of the Orange County Focus Group, just in case you're new. So awesome. Round of applause, please.
This is typically what we do at Orange County anyway, because you're members of Central Florida Real Estate Investors. So all along, we've done probate, we've done foreclosures, we've done divorces, and we've always had groups. And actually, when we first started, we only had 7 people in the group, so all 7 of us did a letter group, and that's how it started.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions from the audience? Yes. Question is, what was the criteria that they had to meet?
Well, I'm kind of strict on those things, but when the letter came in, it looked like they had made some kind of mistake in figuring out what their price was, because the houses in the area, those flat roof houses, that if you did enclose the garage and expand them, you could only get 1,300 square feet. The square foot on this house was 1,636 roughly. So I knew they weren't looking at the right comp, so I knew we had a hot deal right there. We carry our hard money lender with us. He's one of our partners. And I don't know why he's not here tonight. He's out having fun with the profits.
Being incognito.
But we carry him with us. We went in there. It was no money down. And we didn't have any expenses, actually, except for the 200.
Great.
So we just had a lot of fun. And Dennis got a tool chest.
There was just tons of stuff in the house, like countless record players, 2 different electric organs. You name it, it was still left there. So, yep, the electric organs are actually on consignment now, so we're waiting on a little bit more of a return from those.
Okay, cool. Any other quick questions before our next deal of the month? Yes. How do you get your list from the Orange County Property Appraiser's Office?
We just go down there and ask them for a list of whatever our criteria is. This one happened to be out-of-state owners, and it took them about a week to get it together. They gave us a list. I think it was $67 or something cash, and I think we've already used it through 2 of our letter groups already. But we go out and we buy thousands of envelopes at one time, and we have people that write the letters. And it's really pretty easy, but we talk about this every month at Orange County.
So are we going to do this again?
Well, with 18 years, we're not going to quit now.
Okay, awesome. Please give them a round of applause, everyone.
You're all welcome.